I suppose. So.
So does it have like a religious message, or more like a belief in your own inherent potential, believing in yourself, or is it like in believing in an external power?
No, it's definitely, I guess, what would you call? You would call a religious connotation. So it is belief in God from my perspective, and so wanting to live each day in a response to, I guess, how He's loved me, and so I want every part of my life to be of service to Him, I suppose. So. And I guess one of the lines in there says, "Let every part of me shout, I believe." So, yeah. So it definitely is a religious song, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
And the new album's going to be awesome. Oh, did I say new album? Whoops. Slip of the tongue.
Oh, somebody left the cat out of the bag.
Yeah, she's gone. Meow. It's out of here. Come back, kitty. Come back.
When do you think you're going to have that new album out?
It's going to be next year. It's going to be next year.
Yeah, it'll be next year. But we are hoping to release. We've recorded a couple of singles already, and they're sort of kind of waiting. I want to do a couple of videos for them, so we're hoping by the end of the year at least one of those will be released and in everyone's hot little hands.
Cool.
But yeah, we've really enjoyed. I think Maj, you'll agree that the last couple of songs, I'm pretty pumped about them, and yes,
oh yeah,
I
for sure.
do. I keep listening to them in the car.
Well, whenever the music starts, go ahead, Murray.
No, sorry. It's the Skype delay. You need to kind of preempt if someone else is going to say something. There's like a 2-second. No, nothing's there. Look, I think when we did the last album, we've learnt what has worked and what didn't quite lock in. And so I suppose for me, seeing I would do most of the music, I am structuring what I write around the sound that suits us. And so, yeah, and we're going to modify the sound a little bit too. We're going to, we want to keep building it and enhancing it as much as possible. You don't want to be locked into a certain sound over album. But yeah, it's really exciting to see where the progression will go from here.
Well, yeah, I mean, we got to develop and got to continue to grow, and that's what you're doing, from what I can hear, in terms of the music from one album to the next. Whether it be like, for example, Chair versus the one that we talked earlier.
The Reflections demo.
Yeah, Reflections, right. There's growth in there, right? They can't be all the same. You have to continue to develop, right?
That's right.
I mean, I love Reflections. It's a cute EP, but yeah, I'm glad Chair didn't come out sounding like Reflections. I suppose. Not that
yeah,
we'd be slightly disappointed if it did. I think.
I
guess one of the things we're excited about with the new album that we're working on is. The Chair was a bit of a culmination of a long period of songwriting, both some of the oldest songs of mine and some of the ones that Muzz and I wrote together. So it's, I guess there was, one of the challenges as we were recording it was to, get a continuity through the songs because they were written at completely different times. And whereas this one, there's a shorter period of time, I guess, from the last album to now, where we've, grown from the last album in songwriting, and as Muzz said, we sort of learned what worked and what didn't, and we sort of feel like it's, more mature in songwriting and recording, I think. So
yeah,
it's going to be good.
Yeah, I hear you. I can understand what you're saying. Yeah. Now, this next song, Why in the Road?
Yep.
Yeah, tell me about that song.
And Josh passes the ball off to his left. Oh, and he takes it to the receiver.
Touchdown!
So anyway, Why in the Road? It was kind of inspired from a person's experience who I not know really well, but I know of. and they just made some really interesting choices. And I started to reflect. I thought, wow, I wonder if the person, if they'd have thought where they would end up, would have chosen option A or option B. I wonder if they would have gone left or right. You know, they say there's a Y in the road, and there comes a point where you choose which direction you take.
Right.
And it basically just came from that. You know, we all have choices. We make choices every day, consciously, subconsciously. Sometimes you might think it's not a massive one that you make, and it turns out to be huge, or vice versa. And so it just really stems from that. There's not much else to say apart from just listen to the words, I suppose. But that's the theme and idea and where it really stemmed from.
And we've all met Ys on our roads. I think everybody has come across a Y on their road. I know I have.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Daily.
And sometimes you'd like to have a U-turn on that particular road that you hung a right on instead of a. But anyway.
So you're all still working then. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and have a listen to this song then here, Y on the Road. What do you say?
All right, that sounds great, man.
All right. So here they are now again, the Updraft Imperative with Y on the Road.
Why do we choose the choices that we make? At the point of our decision, which path do we take? Once it's made, it's hanging on a wall. Anyone can see it, anyone at all. Does wisdom know me in my doubt? 'Cause I hear her crying out. There's a way in the room, there's a way undefined. Who do we hurt and who gets left behind? If we could see right through the doors in our mind, what would we find? Step in the right direction for a change. Direction has a purpose, even though it might feel strange. All these roads, they will lead into a future that was made by the lines that you drew. Will understanding make a stand and sing her song aloud? There's a way in the room, there's a way undefined. Who do we hurt and who gets left behind? If we could see right through the doors in our mind, what would we There's a way in the room, there's a way undefined. Who do we hurt and who gets left behind? If we could see right through the doors in our mind, what would we
Well, it's got a pretty cool message on it, though, because it's something that I think everybody can relate to, you know?
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
right.
I tried to keep it
suppose
fairly.
Go ahead, Josh.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I was just going to say, I
Go,
suppose
Josh.
it's on the quieter end of the scale. So you know, a lot of the gigs, and particularly if you've only got a short time, you want to sort of keep it moving. So I suppose that's probably why it doesn't always make the cut.
Right. Murray, you were saying?
I tried to keep it fairly generic, so you can kind of sucker once again, suck a message out of it that applies to your situation. And yeah, Josh, he says, we're still waiting for the 3-hour stadium gigs to pop up, and I reckon we probably have a slot in it at about 2 hours and 10 minutes for that one. Just, nice and cash, just before we build up to the fireworks. Spectacular, yeah.
So what are you guys working on besides the album? I mean, you guys are still creating the music, right, and recording it, and you got some YouTube videos that you guys are putting together, music videos, right, for this next for these new singles that you guys are coming up with.
Yes,
that's correct, mate. We've got a media production company that we are liaising with at the moment, and we've got them on board to do the 2 film clips. They're going to be really awesome, and can't wait to get those happening and underway. At this point in time, we're going through a bit of a lineup change, or a potential lineup change. So we just like to try and secure the guys who are going to be in the group, past the point of the end of this year, so that we can have their ugly mugs in the film clips as us as well.
it'll be useful.
It would be useful, but I'm currently also looking at a little studio that I've got on our farm. So what I do is I go down there at some ridiculous hour of the night, and I just do some scratch tracks and just punch them through to the guys over the web. So, even though I'm 2.5 hours away from them, I can still write it down, still record it, still shoot it through to them like I was, in the room next door. So technology is pretty amazing, and allows us to do a lot of stuff that, 10 years ago, even 5, we certainly wouldn't be able to do.
Right. Now, Pete is staying with the group, right?
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not?
It's been all fine. I mean, I guess he's had some work changes and also a new baby this year. And he's just sort of said... He's just said that, he just doesn't think he can keep doing it, which is fine. We're still mates and everything. So, and he's agreed to he's just going to hang around for the next few months until we sort something out. And so it'll be missed. He's a great guy and great drummer.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a big change in his life with a new baby. So
yeah, it's always a challenge.
Yeah. So that's what you all mean then about adding more people to the group then.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's gonna take a little bit of time, and it's it's finding the right person for the right fit. Now,
Right.
whether it means that it doesn't pan out, that we're going to set ourselves a deadline and say, look, by this time, if something hasn't occurred, then we need to press on, because you just need to do it, because you can't hold off on these things forever. But hopefully the right person will rock up for the right place. Yeah.
Well, stay in touch with us and let us know, when you're put the rest of the group together.
Yeah.
And we'll come back and chit chat again before the album comes out.
Great.
Oh, for sure. We'd love to do that, Pat. That'd be awesome.
So, we're always here for you. So, we support you guys 100%. I think your music is fantastic.
Awesome, Pat. Look, we really appreciate the support that you've shown us too. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that we first made contact, and to be speaking to you in Florida. Oh, Florida!
Yes.
Give me gators and swamps. Sweet.
We got those here.
I know. You've even got Beverly Hills. I didn't realize that you had Beverly Hills in Florida. How cool is that?
Yeah. We also have a Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah, you have a Hollywood.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, that's it. I found it on a map, and I'm like, Hollywood in Florida? These guys rock. But no, thanks heaps for having us on, man. It's been awesome.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
So speaking of putting out there, I'll just roll through where people can find us. If they find us on Facebook, once again, if you're on Facebook, just look up the Updraft Imperative, one word. We love to contact you there. If you go onto Twitter, if you just hashtag the Updraft Imperative, you'll find plenty of tweets there that'll send you straight to our official tweet homepage. And once again, if you're on YouTube, just punch in the Updraft Imperative and you'll find lots of videos there.